Hi everyone, and welcome back to Stamp with Anna. And today I'm going to show you another card that we made at card class last weekend, where we showcased some new occasions catalog products. And this one here, I have an adorable little fur grandpup, and his birthday is next week. He is turning 1. So I decided to make him a birthday card. He is the cutest little Labradoodle, and here is a picture of him. Is he not just the cutest little thing? Oh my goodness. Love him to pieces. So I thought this pup looked kind of like my grandpup. So I decided to get that stamp set and play around with it. So the stamp set is called Happy Tales. And you can see it has the puppy here, but you can also make him a Dalmatian with the little dots, and you can make him, I don't know what it would be called, but this would be let me get that stamp set out so I can show you how it would transfer onto this. So his little eye would be a different color, like black. It would have 3 black spots, and then there is some great sentiments too. Friends forever, sorry for your loss, rough, a best friend leaves a paw print on your heart, keep calm and wag on, and just for you. And then it has this adorable little dog house. The best part of it, it has a coordinating punch, and we're going to use that today as well. So for supplies, I have a piece of crumb cake cardstock. This is cut 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of designer series paper, and this comes from the Wood Textures set, and it's in the annual catalog. There's 6 by 6 sheets, and there's 48 of them, and there's just so many different types of wood images. So this one here I used more of a plank style, and for this one I'm going to use this. It's a little darker, and that is cut at 5.5 by 4 1/4, so it just sits on the front of my card. Then I have a scrap piece of Real Red, a piece of Very Vanilla that's 3 3/4 by 5, that's going to go on the inside, and then a scrap piece of Very Vanilla. And my favorite product, there are a lot in the Occasions catalog that I absolutely love, but my ultimate favorite product is these rectangle stitched framelits. You know how much I love my stitched shapes framelits. When they came out with these, I was just beyond excited. You get so many of them, and not only are they nesting rectangles, they're stitched, which is one of my favorite qualities of the stitched shape framelits, because it's an instant detailed tag. You don't have to worry about layering it to give it dimension. It has dimension. It has all of the stitching on it. And there are, I believe, 13 framelits in here, and we are going to use the 3rd and 4th largest ones. So I have my scrap piece of Real Red, and from there I'm going to cut the larger one, and then I have another scrap piece of Very Vanilla, and I'm going to cut that one. I'm going to go over to the machine. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with my 2 die cut pieces, and aren't they great? I just love that stitching along the edge of it. So I'm going to start to put my card together. First thing I'm going to do is put my designer series paper, my wood grain designer series paper, on my card front. And like I said, it is cut at the same size as my base. Well, it was supposed to be. It might be off just a tiny bit. Oh, let me see. All right, great. Now I'm going to take my red. But before I put this on, what I'm going to do is take I'm going to save myself some paper. This is going to be a mat for this one here. So the back of this is going to be wasted, right? So why not use it? I'm going to take it and put it into my little dog punch. I'm going to punch that out. Now the little dog I can use for a different project, but I want that heart, so I'm going to put that aside. And now I'm going to attach this to my card front. And that's going to go right a little higher than center, because I have to fit my sentiment right here. Okay, so now I have my very vanilla stitched rectangle. I'm going to bring in my pierce mat because the stamps are photopolymer, and I'm going to come in with crumb cake, and I'm going to take the image of the solid doghouse, and I'm going to stamp that right about here. Then with my early espresso, I'm going to take the image of the doghouse that has the detail in it, the wood grain in it, and I'm going to stamp that as well. Now I could have used my Stamparatus for this, but I figure it's easy enough image to line up. And if it's off a little bit, it just adds some whimsy to my little doghouse. Okay, so there's that. Now I'm going to take the image of the bone and I'm going to put that little bone right outside the dog's house. And that is not colored in, so what I'm going to do is use my crumb cake Stampin' Write marker, and I'm just, with the thick end, I'm just going to color that in. And now this can get mounted onto my red piece right here. And you won't be able to see that I cut a dog out of it at all. Okay, there is that. Now before I lose that little heart, what I'm going to do is get a mini dimensional. I'm going to place my, I'm going to take my a mini dimensional and just put that on the back of that little heart. Peel that off and place it at the top of my doghouse. Okay. I think I'm noticing here I used a different color ink for my top layer, but that's okay because my background is darker. Oh well. And now I have that little piece of scrap Whisper White, and I'm going to make my dog. I'm going to take my early espresso. I'm going to ink my dog up, and I'm going to stamp him on the bottom here because I'm going to punch him out. And I do need the top to make my sentiment. So I have the happy birthday sentiment that comes from the Itty Bitty Greetings stamp set. Oh, let's see, here it is right here. That is a 2-package set. It has tons of sentiments on it. And in real red, I'm going to, and in real red, I'm going to stamp this pretty close to the left-hand side, and you'll see why. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to color in my dog, and what I have is my crushed curry stamp pad, and I'm going to squeeze it so that I get a pool of ink in the lid. And with a with a blender pen, I'm going to ink up my tip And I'm just going to color my dog. Like I said, my grandpup is a Labradoodle, and he has a beautiful gold coat. So I thought this was just the perfect color. It's it has a little more brown in him, but I think this is close enough. And you see, with my blender pen, I'm using, I'm not putting a whole lot of pressure on this because I don't want my paper to pill. And I can just go, after I've colored them all in, I can just go around the edge and add a little bit of shading. Right here on his paw. And there he is, almost as beautiful as my puppy is. Now I'm going to take the image of the dog collar, which is really cute and adds a lot to it, and I'm going to stamp that on my pup's neck. And because he is sitting backwards, my dog collar is going to go just a little backwards. Okay, so he is all ready. Now I'm going to come back in with my stamp. I'm going to line my pup up. And there's my pup. And now I'm going to take some dimensionals and lift him up just a little bit. I'm going to turn him over. And, oops. I'm going to put a dimensional on up by his head, one by his hind legs, and one by his front legs. And I'm going to place him right next to his doghouse. Now I want to get my little sentiment here, and with the rectangles, I'm going to go over to the machine and I'm going to cut this happy birthday out. And as you can see, I'm going to leave a space here, and that's so that I can attach my knot that I've made. I didn't want to put a bow on it because my pup is a little boy. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back with my sentiment. I'm going to take a little bit of snail, and I'm just going to put this right down the bottom here. And with a mini glue dot, I'm going to attach a little knot that I made out of some 1/8 inch real red ribbon. And I'm just going to put that right there. And the front of my card is done. Now all I have to do is the inside of the card. So I have that 3.5 by 5 piece of cardstock, and I'm going to mount the little paw print from the set. And with some crumb cake, I'm going to just make 2 little paw prints in the corner. And now I'm just going to attach that to the inside of my card. And there it is. A birthday card for that special pup in your life. And I like that the tail is lifted. Can bend out a little and it looks kind of like he's wagging. So there he is. I hope that you will give this a try. If you have any questions at all about this project or any of the products used, please contact me through my blog, www www.stampwithanna.blogspot.net. And if you would like a catalog, a locations catalog, together with the celebration brochure that shows you all the free products you can earn during celebration, and you don't have a demonstrator with whom you work, certainly let me know, and I'll be glad to send this set out to you. Lots of great free products you can earn. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you back here later on this week with yet another project. Bye-bye.